just don't get it. I don't get it. Why do we have a pay-per-view that isn't even good and not even worth your time to watch? I don't understand that. I don't get it. I don't understand why waste time when we could use this whole week. That Sunday could have been used to write a better WrestleMania instead of just giving us a lackluster pay-per-view with maybe 3 good matches. Hello, I'm MCZX, and welcome to another episode of MatBound / reactive review, because we're talking all about Fastlane. It just ended, and to be quite frank, I feel like it was a waste of time. It was extremely unnecessary, and I'm trying to understand where in the landscape does this even need to be in the WWE pay-per-view scene. I don't get it, because to me, Elimination Chamber was a lot of progression. Great. This felt like a long episode of Raw and SmackDown combined. Didn't feel much like a pay-per-view to me. It was most of the time. Now, if you enjoyed the pay-per-view, damned if I say anything bad about it. Don't worry about my opinion, because it doesn't matter if you enjoyed it. I'm not going to try to convince you to not enjoy Fastlane. If you liked it, hey, good for you. But for me, I really could have I could have spent those 3 hours reading or cooking or watching anime or sleeping. Anything but watching this show. It just felt like, you remember Roadblock? Feels like Roadblock to me. Doesn't need to be here. But let's go through the show real quick, because I would like to get this over with. I'm sorry. It did not grasp my interest at all. But let's go. So you had Shane McMahon and The Miz versus the Usos to open the show. We're not talking about the pre-show because there's no point. If you want to talk about the pre-show, the New Day, Big E and Woods beat Rusev and Nakamura. There. That's what happened on the pre-show. So during the Shane and Miz versus Usos match, Shane and Miz lose again, and they do the whole, "Oh, we're good. You're good. Keep your chin up. Keep your chin up. Keep your chin up. Don't cry. We lost in your hometown, but it's okay." Now, most folks were expecting the Miz to do the heel turn. Shane McMahon, big money grip. Shane is in the building, and Shane turns on Miz and beats the crap out of him. It didn't really feel like a beating, to be honest, because Shane looks like I'm not saying the man hits like a bunch of feathers, but it's like like there's no impact to it. It doesn't look like he's really hurting somebody. It just looks like Shane is throwing light jabs at the Miz, and it's working. It doesn't look too realistic. But Shane beats up Miz. He chokes Shane's dad, gives him one of these numbers, like rips him up, and he taps the Miz out with a triangle choke, and Shane just walks away. And I'm like, well, thankfully the tag team's over. We can finally end this charade of them even being a tag team, because I don't understand why that existed. Elias is throughout the show doing segments, just like recapping what you just saw, and to be quite frank, it was annoying. We'll get back to that later. Asuka faces Mandy Rose, and Asuka retains thanks to Sonya Deville and a kendo stick. Sonya Deville went to get a kendo stick from the ring, and she forgot to pull the little apron down, so I take it Mandy, she slips and eats just a sick roundhouse to the jaw. Slow down, it sucks. And Asuka wins, and they tease this whole deal of Mandy leaving Sonya Deville behind, because Sonya did not get her where she was supposed to go. And also in the pre-show, because EC3 has nothing to do, EC3 introduces themselves to Sonya Deville and Mandy Rose. So they might be replacing Sonya Deville with EC3, or EC3 is going to be Mandy's manager, or vice versa. I don't know. Don't really care, because EC3 could be doing better. It sucks when Impact was doing a better job with these talents, and you guys just have them as cannon fodder. And I don't Don't know why. Why you even call him up if you got nothing for him? But that's besides the point. So, during the pre-show, Kofi was getting interviewed. New Day was getting interviewed, and they called Kofi to the McMahon's office. So Kofi leaves, and a whole hour later, we're like, all right, what's going on? So Kofi says he's been waiting outside for an hour. Vince is in there, just chilling. And Vince says, hey, I've been waiting for you for an hour. Where the hell you been? So Biggie and Woods, they state their claim on why Kofi should be in the triple threat tonight. I'm sorry, why the match should be made into a triple threat so Kofi could get his chance at the championship. So Vince just says, yeah, you're in there tonight, so you should go out now. So I knew something was fishy. Because they would never just make the WWE Championship match the third match on the show. That's ridiculous. That's a terrible booking move, and everyone knows it. You never put a match like that as the third match on the show. You'd put him as an opener if you want to put it like that, like when Cena had his, but that's besides the point. So Kofi goes out there, we're expecting Kevin Owens' music to hit next and then Daniel Bryan's, but then it's just quiet. And Kofi looks down like, damn, they got me again. And lo and behold, they did, because Kofi went out there to get beat by the Bar. And Vince said something along the lines of, well, I think it was something like, not he set the bar, but oh God, why am I not remembering this part? Because he mentioned something with the word bar in it. He's like, you stepped up and you raised the bar, so you should go out there. And lo and behold, he has to face the Bar. And he loses, of course. The New Day try to save him. They were barred from ringside, but they get jumped behind by Rusev and Nakamura, which led me to think that we're about to have another stable revival. And that's the League of Nations. If you remember before, it was Sheamus, Cesaro, Barrett, and Del Rio. I think that was who it was. That sounds correct in my brain. Now I feel like the second incarnation of this group is going to be Cesaro, Sheamus, freaking Nakamura, Rusev. It may play out on Tuesday night. Who knows? The Raw tag team match was pretty good. I did not expect it to be good, but the Revival retained. Back to the pre-show. We seem to keep backtracking to this freaking pre-show. Maybe I should have covered the whole pre-show. But Samoa Joe was talking to Carmella and Zelina Vega, and he said, you know what? Since R-Truth wants to be in the match and Andrade wants to be in the match, how about I face them and Rey Mysterio? Boom, done. So that match becomes a fatal four-way. Wonderful. To me, that was the best match of the night. I really enjoyed that match. So good. But Samoa Joe retains the U.S. title, championship, belt, whatever WWE doesn't want me to call it. He retains his championship. Great match. The Boston Hug connection was next versus Nia and Tamina. Of course, Boston Hug retained, because why would they drop the belt so soon after they just won them? Of course not. Why would we do that? So, Nia and Tamina are salty because they lost. They beat the crap out of Sasha and Bailey a bit more. This prompts Beth Phoenix to get up and be like, you guys know, you don't need to do it like this. You don't do it like this. You work too hard for this. So Tamina kind of gets in Beth's face, and Beth's like, you know what, fine. And she pops Tamina in the face, and Nia hits freaking Beth from behind with the axe handle, and Beth's phone goes flying. I'm like, yeah, that phone's broken. So they proceed to beat up Beth Phoenix. And eventually, like a lot of people called it, Natalya comes down because they're best friends. And Natalya attempts to save her best friend, but numbers game, of course. And Nia and Tamina stand tall. This is teasing Beth and Natty teaming up to wrestle in the women's tag division maybe one time. So finally, we get to the actual WWE title match, and that's Daniel Bryan versus Kevin Owens. But it's still a triple threat, so I'm assuming they're going to make Kofi come out here and wrestle. Wrong. It was Mustafa Ali. Took his spot back. And I was thinking it's either going to be Zayn or Ali, but it was Mustafa Ali, like we all figured. And they put on a hell of a match. But doesn't matter because Daniel Bryan still won. The fans kind of crapped on this match from the beginning, but towards the end, they kind of chilled out with the Kofi chants. But Kofi Mania is running wild, and I think you should give Kofi his freaking shot. It has to happen at Mania, because if it doesn't, this is going to be some bull. It's just going to be some bull. You are going to give this man his match, and you're not going to Booker T him like you did with... Excuse me. You're not going to Booker T him like you did with Triple H. You know how Booker got into this freaking main event spot and he lost to Triple H? I doubt that's going to happen at Mania. Kofi has to win the championship there. It just makes sense. It makes sense for the storyline. I cannot see them screwing this up. Wait. Yes, I can. It's WWE we're talking about. They can screw it up. Yeah. I just don't screw this up, guys. Please. And I thought Sami Zayn was going to come back tonight too, but I'm glad he didn't. Mustafa Ali was the better choice. Becky versus Charlotte was a waste of time. Anticlimactic. Let's just say when the figure eight was about to be put on Becky, Ronda Rousey comes down and punches Becky in the face, making Becky win via disqualification. Now Becky's in the main event thanks to Ronda Rousey. This does not compute. This does not make sense. I am confusion. Why did we do all of this if it was just going to be a triple threat anyway? And it wasn't even of Becky's volition. It was freaking Ronda who said, I'm putting you in the match because I want to fight you anyway. Charlotte doesn't need to be here. So Elias comes back out again. This is the third time, recapping everything. And once he's finished, Lacey Evans comes out. She does a little strut down the catwalk and walks back. Elias is confused. He eats RKO. And then AJ Styles hits Randy Orton with a phenomenal form. Why? Because he called Randy a bully on the pre-show, and he doesn't like the fact that Randy's been trying to bully him, so he hit him first, knocked him down, and now we're going to have a match at Mania. That's definitely going to happen. I expect those two to put on a good show. And finally, The Shield wins against Corbin's cabinet of big men. I don't care. Corbin's cabinet is a good name because he looks like he's dressed as a senator. It's garbage. But The Shield win, I guess, feel good moment for Roman fans. I liked it. I felt like it didn't need to close the show, though. It's just me being old school with wrestling. The title's supposed to close out the show, not just novelty matches, and that was just a novelty match. The Shield wins. Who knows where they're going to go from here? Hopefully Roman gets new music, new attire, new everything, so he doesn't look like remnants of the Shield, because the Shield's now retired, because we don't know what Dean Ambrose is doing. And speaking of that, why do we keep bringing up the fact Dean Ambrose is not resigning if you know it's not a work? Like, you don't do that. You didn't do that for Ty Dillinger. You didn't do it for TJP. You didn't do it for Dave Otami, who you knew was leaving, but you didn't bring that up for them. But you do it for Dean Ambrose, which kind of makes me think this is all a work in the first place, because Dean might be staying. And this isn't the last time you're going to see the Shield. But they're making it out to be like, he's not resigning. He's not resigning. So since he's not resigning, we're just going to keep saying it to remind you guys Dean Ambrose is leaving the company after WrestleMania. Yeah, sure he is. Sure he is. Because you don't do it for any other talent that leave the company. You just don't. You don't even wish them the best in their future endeavors anymore. They just leave. So there's no way in hell I'm believing that Dean Ambrose is leaving unless he actually leaves. That's simple. If he's not going to stay, cool. But if you guys are making this one big storyline that Dean Ambrose wanted to leave WWE and then he decided to stay because Roman's back or whatever the case may be, I don't like that. I do not like that. That's whack to me, stupid, and it's a waste of time. But I'm tired. I'm MCZX. I honestly don't know why Fastlane exists. It's never been a show where I'm like, it's a must-see. It's like you can completely skip this and just watch the Monday Night Raw and SmackDown after Fastlane and you'll be caught up with everything. But with that being said, hope you guys enjoyed episode 7 of MatBound. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you next time. Late. Do your best. Be good. Take care of yourself. out there.